G'day. If you let your kids play with your mobile phones, even like as tablets or whatnot, you need to make sure that the phone has some sort of lock on it, or some sort of kids mode, like a walled garden sort of thing, to make sure the kids can't get out of whatever it is they're doing and then back to the main screen, or don't let them play with your phone while it's locked. The reason being, in GSM countries like Australia, the UK, New Zealand, etc., even I believe in some parts of the US or some networks on the US that use the GSM standard, even if the phone's locked or has no SIM card in it, it's still quite capable of dialing the emergency number, which is on GSM, all GSM phones from back when they first started, which is 112, or as they progressed, the software actually retranslates the any emergency number that's dialed to the local emergency number. That's done on the network, whether it's 000 in Australia or 999 in the UK, 911 in the US, and I'm not sure what the the New Zealand one is. The reason this works is because even though a phone such as this one, which has no SIM card, will actually say on it no SIM card, but it's still got a signal, which means it can actually still make a call to the emergency number. Where if you were to use a CDMA phone, which easiest way to explain it is, this is a CDMA phone from the US. Notice on the back you've got the SD card slot, but there's no SIM card, where this one has both. The difference between these two is, where this SIM card slot is on here, this one actually on the board internally has a small IC, which has basically like a serial number, or pretty much what a SIM card is, but fixed to the actual unit. If you let your kids play with these, and you notice that the phone's, if they've been playing on it, doing things, they've pulled up the phone dialer, and it's making a call, and the call it's making it to is the emergency number or one of the emergency numbers, don't just hang up. If you do hang up with your more modern phones, they actually do have methods of sending where they are, or basically what towers they're connected to. If the phone manages to connect to an operator and you just hang up, basically that's treated as a hang-up call or a potential distress call. And what they actually do then is they'll actually try, well, they can't call the number back because there's no SIM card associated with it. Or if there is a SIM card in it, if it's your SIM card, and when the phone dials, it'll actually dial back with the phone number that called it, regardless of if you got call line identification or number sending on or off. It'll always send your number to the emergency services. And what you'll get, if you hang up on them, they will actually attempt to call you back. The correct protocol here is that if you dial, or if the phone does dial the emergency number, regardless of whether it was a kid doing it, or you did it, or you pulled the phone out of your pocket and you notice that it's dialing the emergency services, correct protocol is to wait on the line, wait for an operator to actually answer the call. In Australia, they'll go, emergency, please fire ambulance, as a question. At that point you say, sorry, my phone misdialed, or my kid accidentally dialed this number. Confirm that, then when all done, then hang up. Make sure that you actually speak to the operator first before hanging the phone up. This not only saves a lot of resources on their end trying to hunt down who did it and then having to call you back thinking it might have been an accident, or you might have been calling it and then something has happened to you. It frees up their time and allows them to go back to dealing with actual jobs, possible life-threatening jobs, but other jobs. But yeah, in countries like Australia where we don't support the CDMA network standard, it's quite okay to get a CDMA phone like this one from the US and give that to a kid as a tablet or a tablet replacement, because these are cheap. You can buy them off network. I mean, this one was under 100 Australian dollars delivered, and it's a Galaxy Note 2. perfectly capable as a kid's tablet, but it doesn't connect to our networks. So we bring it up, it'll actually say down the bottom here that it's got no service, because it can't. We don't have the frequency support for this phone. And in that case, this is fine because it can't dial anything. But yeah, you shouldn't give your kids mobile phones to play with, even if the lock screen's on. If you've got a PIN code or a dot unlock pattern or anything like that, they're all 100% bypassable with the dial pad, because they will always be able to dial emergency if they're a GSM phone in a GSM country. But yeah, so a couple of points. Don't let kids play with your phone. Give them a tablet to use, or give them something that can't get onto a network, period. That's always good. And if your phone does manage to dial emergency services, whether you did it, your kids did it, or whatnot, stay on the line, wait for the operator, then tell them what's happened, and then say goodbye. And then everyone's happy. Everyone knows that there's no issues. You won't get in trouble for this. If your phone does misdial and you do let them know, you won't get in trouble. You'll get in more trouble if they have to call you back or send someone out because they think it might be an issue or there might be something they have to visit for, okay? So yeah,